Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? For those who don't know, this is Rick, and this is Charts and Targets. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, Thursday. Today's Thursday, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. 6/26/25. Good morning, everybody. I apologize. I'm a little late here. I spilled coffee all down my shirt, and well, it just makes for a bad start. Good morning, Santana. How are you? Let's get a couple of things going here. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Okay, and boom. That's all done. Santana roasted JW. Bill. Hey, Gold. Hey, thanks for your post on YouTube, Gold, and letting me know who you were. That's very good because now I can put, two and two together. So thank you. Joe, Sonny, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Tommy, how are you? Is it Casey? Good morning, Casey. Good morning, Ed. Oh, I know. I'm drinking coffee here, and next thing I know, it's dribbling out of the bottom of my lip there or something. And I've got a shirt with my shirt's all wet and coffee. Now we'll fix that. We'll fix that in a bit. So what do we have today? Today is Thursday, is that right? So we've got some durable goods. Well, I guess that's about over. GDP market seems to be pretty happy with everything so far. International trade goods coming up, or man, everything's this morning. Good grief. Well, if you're looking for it, it's done. It's passed, and the market still likes it. So rock and roll, go market. Hey, really, yesterday I did a video at the end of the day, posted it out there on YouTube and it's in our social network. And I was kind of expecting a little bit of a soft couple of days here. Just I just felt like the market needed a little bit of a rest and come back down, maybe even fill that gap right in there. But it certainly doesn't seem like the market wants to do it today. That's for sure. So as long as the market wants to keep moving up, well, let's keep moving up with it. There are there's lots of trading rooms you could be in. There's lots of strategies that you could be trading. There's a lot of places you could be right now, different places and not here. I thank you all for being here. A lot of different ways to trade. And even amongst us here in our group, there's, that everybody trades a little bit different. But I do think that one thing that we have in common here is we tend to try to follow the trend as much as possible and then allow the candlesticks or the price action to tell us what to do. Okay. So now I know for a fact there's folks out there that seem to think that we're maybe a little bit too high and we need to come back for various reasons. And I'm not, I don't dispute that. I don't dispute anything about that at all. However, I think trying to fight the trend is a losing game. Trying to fight what price action is doing is a losing game. So I learned that, I've learned that through my time of trading, that you put price up there like this, and you put a moving average or a static trend line in there, and I use the T line or the 8 EMA. You might put another moving average or a static trend line in there. Static meaning a line that doesn't move, a line you just put in there from point A to point B. And here we are above the Trendicator. As long as that stays intact, as long as your trend stays intact, then this chart is going in that direction. So in this case, we're going in an upward direction. If we're moving down, then it would be going in a downward direction. And we want to wait rather than guessing when that top is or guessing when the bottom is, we want to wait for a candle pattern to be put in. A couple common ones might be a shooting star, something like that. That might be a common one. Not might be, it is. Probably should have painted that red, hadn't I? Another one might be a bearish engulf. When we see things like that, then that's the key. That's the clue. Like, okay, might be looking for a pullback here. Okay, we just might be. So, let's wait for those kind of signs. All right. Okay. Where are we here? It looks like the SPY is up this morning. Price is leading the T-line. T-line is leading the Trendicator. You had yesterday's close. While we did get a little bit of a pullback in 21-23 here, it did remain bullish. Price remained, not price. The T-line remained over the Trendicator. Price did kind of cross below the T-line just a little bit, but T-line's still above there, and we're still above that 34 EMA. And VXX over here on the lower left, it is still pointing to the downside, which means there is no fear in this market, which means the bulls have the upper hand. So we still have us a bullish market here. The transports IYT is looking fantastic. We're bumping up against the top here. It's just a matter of finding a crack before it breaks out, and then we're off and running. SMH, well, it's just off and running. What a trend. Look at that. Beautiful trend right there. Fantastic. And that trend will no longer be a trend when it's not. And, you can draw lines. You can just use moving averages like I do. But we're all going to get the same. We're all going to get the same alert at approximately the same time. And we'll know it when SMH gives up. And when it gives up, it might pull that market down. But right now, ride the ride. All right. Let me pull this over here. There we go, so I can see. So a few charts that I'm kind of looking at. By the way, those that are in, SMCI, looks like we're going to get that target today. Now, yesterday, what I did was I sold my SMCI and then I bought it back. And now it looks like we're headed up to that 50% target here. And then we'll look for that next target up there. So a super congratulations for everybody that's got some SMCI that's starting to look mighty, mighty good. All right. Intel. I want to look at Intel because I don't think we should ignore Intel. Intel's right here putting a bottom in. Look at that. I think we're putting a nice little bottom in. Now, I'm not interested in Intel until it breaks out. In fact, I put that line right there is an alert. When we hit that alert, then I will consider buying Intel. And the first target is up here about $25, a little over 25 bucks right through here. Okay. And if you're looking for a stop on Intel, a stop to me is really simple. One thing you've got to ask yourself is, well, how much money can you afford? It's that simple. The second thing is, where would you not like Intel? Don't worry about lines and don't worry about tops and bottoms and things like that. Not yet. Can you afford a stop down here at 20 bucks? Can you afford a stop down here at 18? Can you afford it? And if you can, okay, I wouldn't recommend that, but okay. And then ask yourself, why do you like Intel right now? And where would you not like Intel? Well, I wouldn't like Intel if it started breaking below the 200 period moving average because I'm excited that it broke out. I'm excited that the T-line is breaking out over the 200 period moving average. I'm excited about that. Would I have that much excitement if it was below it? No. So would that make a pretty good stop? I think so, yes. So around that 200 period moving average right there, around that 2169 area. Okay, so let's keep Intel on our watch list. I think it's one to take a look at. I've got AG here. Yeah, AG. Watch AG here. We've had a big pop to the upside. Nice pullback. Let let it pull itself together here. Let it pull itself together, and then we'll watch for the alert to send us up here a little bit higher. And I would say right now, above $8.38, taking out this high would alert us that this just might be a buy. I'm going to put this on the weekly because I've got this, I'm going to pull this thing down to here. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. There we go. So our first target up here is above 950, 970 would be that. What else have we got? Has anybody looked at Meta lately? Maybe there's a few folks in Meta. I'm looking at 737.85 for Meta as a target. It's working out great. We've got a nice little breakout here. And on the chart, look at that tight little consolidation right there. See how price rallied up. It's got that pole look up here, and then it just consolidates. Now it's starting to break out. This is where the pop out of the box comes in, and we break out. And that what that is a sign of moving up to that next level. The next level I see is about 737.85. Now, if Meta is too expensive for you, take a look at FBL. This is the single stock ETF for Meta, and I've got a target right here of about 47, 45-ish right now. So there's FBFL on to trade something other than Meta that might be too expensive. Take a look at TGB. These are all stocks that I think are poised to move higher, and there's a lot of them, by the way, quite a few of them. We'll talk more about them in the room today. Here's TGB. Here we've rallied up. We're starting to turn around. I see a nice J-hook continuation pattern starting to be made right here. And on a J-hook continuation pattern, what we're looking for is once we break out right through here, break out of these tops, price to continue up. Now, price will pull back, okay? That's normal. That's what we're looking for, and price to continue up. When a stock breaks out, it's not retail traders that do that. It's big companies that do that, big financial companies that do that. And what they're looking at, when they can break it out, they think that the price runs higher. And no matter how high they might think the price is going to run, all stocks has pullbacks in it, profit taking. Okay, so TGB is looking pretty good here. PayPal looking pretty good. PayPal is a rounded bottom breakout, sort of, kinda. It's not perfect, but it's got kind of the shell of it there. I think it's still headed up there to the 200 period moving average. CCL has a nice gap. I'm going to get rid of all that. There we go. CCL has a very nice gap here, and we're moving sideways. So that's that consolidation. That's the rest, allowing the moving averages to bring themselves up to create support underneath price. Now let's do this. There's one target that we've been to. I'm going to come up here and put another one about right there. So let's look at 2763 as the next target to the upside. And then let's see if we can't knock that big high candle right off its pedestal. Good morning, Van. How are you? Good morning, William, Jim, Bill, good son. Good morning. Hey, yeah, good morning over here. Kathy coming in here through Facebook. She's already in Intel. Nice. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Vernon. All right. Let's see. I've got two more, and then you guys might have some. Take a look at SMR. Look, SMR to me, I'm going to move that over there. SMR to me is just simply a chart that's just consolidating right now. That's all it's doing. It's choppy. The price action is ugly. I think the price action is it's ill. It just is not. It does not look good. But I think all it's doing is moving sideways, and that's volatility, is what that is. A little bit of violence in there. That's all right. Let it calm down. Let it calm down. When it starts to move up, that's the sign that we'll start to look at it. I've got an alert set at 41.57. When it crosses through that, then I'll take a look at SMR and make that decision if I want to buy that chart. And the last one I have here is Uber. Keep an eye on Uber. Our target, what is that? About 87.45. That's approximately 6% away. With this gap up, watch it consolidate. It may need to drip down just a little bit, and then we'll come up. But let's watch for those buy signals in here. Remember, alerts will be sent out via the Hit and Run Candlesticks app. So if you have that app, if you've downloaded it, then you should get the alert. Anybody that has the app, if you're not getting 2 to 3 alerts at minimum a day, you need to contact us and say, hey, I'm not getting any alerts. Or you could simply just remove the app and re-download it. And that's what we're going to have you do too. So, okay. All right. Do you guys have any charts? Let's see what we're looking at. Hey, Vernon, ALAB to the long side. ALAB. There we are. To the long side. So we are, I'm going to check something here. Yeah, that's, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. I'm going to clean that off and put a clean one up. That's better. There we go. Okay. So ALAB long, we are 7% from the 50% area right here. Oh, let me put a line right in here, okay? Right there. So if 7% is good, then sure. When it starts, if we start seeing a bullish candle over the T line, I could see that as being long. I would be a little cautious around this area. I mean, you can see already that this area has red. This area has stopped a lot of this price action, right? So maybe what the best thing to do here is, I'm actually going to put a little box up here. There we go. Something like that. So maybe the best thing for this is to wait till price breaks out, and I guarantee you it will stall, slow down, pull back, give an opportunity for an entry up into here. So now we have that entry up into here. Look at the targets that we have to the upside. Got a nice little gap to fill in there. Nice targets. Look where the peaks are over here. That's the way I would handle ALB. So something like this now. So we get through, I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to paint this alert color and then come down here and set an alert. There you go. Now an alert for me is made so that when we get up there, then we can look at it. But as far as the long goes, above the T line, that makes sense. And then below the T line, I would be out of it. But yeah, I hope that helped a little bit. What was the other one there? XYZ. XYZ. Yeah, that looks long. Through little 3/8 trap right here, a little bit congested through this area, but I think it's just kind of trying to bust through that dotted deuce area, and I absolutely see that going longer. I think that's a nice chart. Thank you very much. What else do we have here? Hey, Mr. Goodson, a little bit of snow, Is there such thing as a little bit of snow? Because it means it's cold when it's snow. This is a buy, 3 trap right now. That's a buy. As far as the target goes, this is an easy one, man. Let's take this low, take this high up here. And let's come over here. And I want the low. This looks like it's the lowest low right there. There we are, smack dab on that 50% level. Let's just run right there. 231.75, next target the upside. Of course, it's going to have to clear this 227, but that's what I see. Nice chart. Thank you very much, Mr. Goodson. And then you're also looking at ZB, RA. Yeah, I want to thank everybody again for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. It is quite humbling to have everybody here. I love working here. I love my job. I love what I do. Just want to say thanks. Okay. Appreciate it. This ZB Zebra is a rounded bottom breakout, by the way. So the next target up is going to be about that 200 period moving average, which is about 8, maybe 9% away on that. Great looking chart. Thank you, sir, for sharing that with us. Hello, T. Good morning. Merck. Yeah, Merck is a rounded bottom breakout. Merck is one that I've got my eyes. It's already flagged. I'm going to flag it again, but I know it's already on my watch list. Yeah, Merck is putting in a bottom, I think, constructing that bottom. And actually over, I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm just going to drop this one down. There we go. Over 85.25 breaks this out of the construction and then puts us up into real life. There's nothing wrong with trading within construction, nothing at all. So right here, any kind of move up, I would look at that as a long, certainly long now. I think you've got a built-in stop below the 50 period moving average. Can't imagine you'd want it below that level. So your stop is relatively small, 1.5%, not too bad there. But I think that's looking terrific. A nice bottom, inverted head and shoulders in there. Where's my little arrows? There they are. Inverted head and shoulders in there. And I think it's looking good. So rounded bottom breakout on that one. Let's see here. Google. Yeah, Google is looking good. Looking real good. I'm long some GGLL in my larger account. And yeah, Google looks like it's moving up here. Overall, if you look at Google, if you take away the up and down and all the choppiness, and if you just take that away, and I'm going to straighten out what I can straighten out, and I'm going to use the Trendicator. So right there, let's make this big. Right there, just straighten that out. That's what Google is doing. Now, inside of it, what Google is doing is what charts do. That's what charts do. In all trends, there is no exception to this rule. Charts will do this. Okay. Maybe not all of them come down like that. Some of them stay right on top and just keep doing this. But they all do this. And right now, that's the trajectory for Google right here. So Google's looking good. I'm 2 thumbs up on Google. I like it. Thank you. Let's see. I'm working this backwards. Good morning, John. How are you? On. Ooh, look at on. On. We were talking about on a week or 2 ago, and now on got quiet, and you can see it gets quiet. Well, maybe now it's time to make on loud again. I do think so. So let's do this. Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. This is my 50% mark right here. Because we're so close, I'm not really excited about buying it, except, am I? There's the T line right there, right? I have a built-in stop, don't I? I'm close to the T line, a built-in stop. I'm kind of liking that idea. We break out over that 50% 50% retracement. There's no doubt in my mind that, and the way SMH is looking, the way semis are looking, I feel this is going to break out. All right, unless the market on the SMH side collapses. Which we can't predict that, or whether it is or not. So right now, based on the chart, I see that as an absolute buy. Your stop, T line, or maybe the low of yesterday. Once we break out, it's going to pull back. They always do. They're going to rest. For those that don't buy it here, this could offer a nice little entry in there. And here's our targets right here. I'm going to call that one good. And that looks good on the left. That looks good on the left. A little bit of a warning sign. Let's put this right here and let's make this big. Warning. That's the 500 period moving average. And let's call it right there. And so all is looking really good to me. Thank you very, very much. Hello, good morning. Yes, Dick's. Looking at Dick's. There was a rumor. I heard a rumor that I live in Springfield, Missouri. This is the home of Bass Pro. And I heard a rumor that they were going to put a Dick's in here. I don't think that's very smart, Dick's. I mean, and they could be better than Bass Pro, but this is the home of Bass Pro. If you've never been in the Bass Pro here, you really should go. Dick's would have a hard time competing here, I think. Hard time. Dick's about to become a rounded bottom breakout. When the T line and the dots are above the 50, I will become interested in Dick's, and then we'll be looking at something around the 10-12% rounded bottom breakout there. But candle wise, it's a buy. If you don't care about the T line or Trendicator being below the 50, if you don't care about that, that's a buy right now. Okay, let's see here. Is GMA, is that a ticker? GMA? I think it is. Good morning, William. So I really don't know if you're looking at this long or short, to be honest with you. Right now, I'd have to be more short than anything. And I think being in short in this market is just wrong because it's a bullish market. I've just always been taught, don't short a bullish market. And this is a bullish market. But yeah, if that must be good morning, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. GMA, good morning, something. I don't believe that's a chart. Yeah, good morning. Okay. Good morning, all. Thank you. All right. What do we have over here? Stefan's looking at Grail. I think there was several people in our room looking at this yesterday, too. If you're long, stay long. If you're looking to get long, looks like it to me. Let's get rid of this. Let's see if I can do it with this one. I can. See, we're above that 50% retracement of the lows to the highs. So anything above that right there, that's a buy to me. 45.17 above that would be a buy. You're heading for a pullback. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that without question. You know, I'll buy you a burger. All right, if you don't see a pullback. So we're going to get up into this area maybe, and then what's going to happen is this right here. You're going to pull back a little bit, and then you just might get a better entry. So let me know if I owe you a burger or not, okay? I like the overall chart, but you're going to have to beat that big old dark cloud cover. You're going to have to beat that big old guy right there. All right. Hey, it's 10 minutes after. We'll do one more NBIS. We'll do one more, and then I've got to cut this off so I can be on time at the open. NBIS. There we go. I'm long this, by the way. NBIS is a long to me. It's just consolidating right now, waiting for enough buyers to push it to the upside. Yesterday was, it is what it is. I think that's the one I own. Yesterday is, it is what it is, an unfortunate day. We're going to have to get through that. But right now, it looks to me like we're just moving sideways. And it's got a wide berth that it's playing with at the moment, okay? All right, ladies and gents, I've got to run. We'll see everybody in the trading room at the bottom of the hour. Remember, everyone, keep your apps on today, and let's have some fun. Happy Thursday to everybody. Take care.